Good morning, everyone. Today we are in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, more specifically Pipersville, and I'm at Ralph Stover State Park. So I did a video here before, but I was on the other side, which I believe is called High Rocks. And there's a whole series of trails on that side. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today. So there's a trail on this side of what I believe is the Tohickon Creek out here. And it's called Doan's Cave Trail. And I've been on this trail before, and if memory serves me correct, it's not much of a trail. I don't even believe it's marked with blazes or anything like that. But I want to see if I can find Doan's Cave. So the last time I was here, I could not find Doan's Cave, but I think I have a pretty good idea where it is today. So fingers crossed, we're going to find Doan's Cave. At first I thought we would just come down and check out the Tohickon Creek. And we've gotten so little rainfall recently. This is really shallow. Where I'm walking right now, this is usually all underwater. So this is kind of cool. And I'm not sure what the history is behind this, but you can see all the old stonework. And you could certainly walk up here, but for whatever reason, there's some type of a tunnel here. And I have no idea why this is here. Was somebody's house here maybe at one time? Maybe this was some type of a root cellar? I don't know. If you do know, please leave it in the comments. Here we are walking on top of the tunnel we just crawled through. No idea what this was. Okay, so this appears to be a trail. As I mentioned before, I don't believe there's any blazes on this side of the creek, but hopefully if we just follow along the creek here, we will come to Doan's Cave. So what is the Doan's Cave, you might ask? So there was a band of outlaws, or I guess a gang, the Doan Gang, and from what I understand, they had a hideout in this area, Halsey Cabin, which I don't believe that's still in existence, but it would be kind of cool if I could figure out where that was. And they would stash money in some of the caves in this area. And what's now referred to as Doan's Cave was most likely one of the places where they would stash their loot and maybe even hide out. So this is kind of interesting over here. This appears to be a covered bridge. And I remember this from the last time I was here. It's not actually covered. So I'm not exactly sure what you would call this. If it's not a covered bridge, obviously. But when you're looking at it from the trail, you would swear this was a covered bridge. Not sure how long this has been here. But I'm going to make the assumption it's been here a long time. So it's closed to vehicles, and I can certainly understand why. As I'm walking across it, it almost feels like it could collapse. You see they kind of have a little bit of patchwork going on here, and the timber's pretty old here. So now I'm not sure about this, but I guess now we're on the other side of the Tohickon Creek. So we could probably follow this trail up. This looks like private property up here, but I believe if somehow we made our way over this way, we would come to the section I was talking about earlier, High Rocks, which is a really cool area to go running or hiking. Not sure if you heard all that noise. I have no idea what that was. I don't think this section is open to hunting, but I'm not sure. Perfect hiking weather. I know I've mentioned this in my videos before. I'm not a big fan of winter. I have no issues with summer. I have no problem getting out in 90-degree weather and hiking. But I really don't like freezing temperatures. But today, like I said, 51 degrees maybe, 52, somewhere in that area. You know, so I'm looking off this bridge. No water. I'm assuming this fills up after rainfall. And usually there's at least some water in here, but it's totally bone dry. Bone dry. That's kind of a crazy expression. I wonder how that got started. Probably a good idea to wear hiking boots here. Very rocky. You could easily twist an ankle if you're not paying attention to where you're going. We're gaining some elevation. You can see the creek down there. This is the only thing that looks like a trail at this point. As I mentioned before, I came out here before. It was before I had the YouTube channel, so I wasn't filming. But I was looking for Doan's Cave and never did find it. So this is kind of like a quest at this point. Very rocky. Gotta keep an eye on where I'm going. I would not run this trail. Would not recommend it. But as I mentioned before, if you're on the other side of the creek, there's some really nice running trails. I'm not even sure if this is a trail. I'm not sure if it's up here or not, but I do see that grouping of rocks, and quite possibly that is what we're looking for. Not sure. I guess we're gonna find out. As I continue to climb, God, I hope there's a trail up this way. Because as I'm getting closer, I do not believe this is the rock formation with the cave. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off and continue upward. Okay. This is not it, but I could easily see where they might hide some of their stolen goods. Time to get out the flashlight. Now, hopefully I brought a flashlight. I believe I keep it in my backpack. Okay, so I am in this little crevice, and this goes way back. It doesn't look like anyone really goes back there. That goes back about 20 feet. And then you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can see, there's sort of like a hole that might go up or off to the side. Got some spider webs here. But damn, wow, this is so cool. I could easily see this being a spot where they would hide their loot. This is not Doan's cave, but it's quite interesting. I'd say this is about 20 feet it goes back. Hopefully this is coming across on video. There's a view of the entrance we came in. Very cool. Check this out. And then on the way back out, we got all this up here. So there's a lot of stories out there of hidden treasure that was never found. It ain't in there. If there was hidden treasure out in this state park, it would have been found by now. But it is kind of fun to just think about it, right? Okay, so we're gonna continue down this way and we are gonna find Doan's cave. But this was a kind of cool find. And just by looking at it, like you look in here and that's maybe 3 or 4 feet to that wall, but you make that left, it goes 20 feet in. Another little nook. So from what I was reading online, there were approximately 30 members of the Doan Gang. 5 of them were brothers with the last name Doan. And they were Tories. A Tory was a loyalist during the Revolutionary War, a loyalist to the British crown. Check this out. What is this? Looks like some type of concrete, some form that was, not sure what this is. It kind of looks like if you remember the candies in the 70s, the Rolos. There it goes, you can roll a Rolo. So during the Revolution, they were loyalists to the Crown of England. And one of the things, you know, at least when I learned history in school, I didn't realize, you know, you just kind of feel like you just kind of, you know, learning in school, you got the impression that everybody was on board with the revolution, but that was not the case. From what I understand, approximately 1/3 of the population were all on board for the revolution, and then another third of the population were loyalists. We have some of these prayer flags. I want to say Himalayan prayer flags. I know when I'm watching videos about climbing Mount Everest, I see them. Nice little wind chime over there. Sullivan James Bird, September 2010. 1990 to 2010. 20 years old. Very sad. I do think this is kind of awesome to have something like this that his friends and family can visit. I don't know the story. Quite possibly he passed away at this spot. Not sure you can hear this. Can you hear that? This tree's ready to go down. It's basically leaning on this tree. But this is gonna go soon. And then you might ask, why are you standing right under it, Jen? Good question, I'm getting out of here. All right, people, I think I finally found it. So I went back to the memorial up here, and then I came through these rocks. And then I see this, which is not it, but I believe we're gonna see it as soon as we turn the corner here. If not, I'm going home. Oh my God, that's it. That is the infamous Doan Cave. Oh my God. How cool is that? I have no idea how I missed this. I guess I was up there and I must have came down here and just looked around the front and never came back here. So the memorial's right here. It's right under the memorial. Could have saved myself a lot of time. All right, let's get a flashlight out and venture in. Hopefully a bear is not hibernating in there. I mean, isn't that a possibility? I think it probably is. So this goes back a ways. And you can see, I mean, there's boards here. So people come back here. All right, let's get in there. Oh yeah, you can see this would be a great place to hide out. Would also be a good place to hide treasure. All right, so there's my view. I gotta be at least 20 feet in. So I thought I would just check, see if there's any carvings on the stone. I'm kind of, oh my God, what's up there? Somebody was digging. Oh God, crazy. I'm scared to look inside that hole. Oh God, look at those. There's like cave crickets. Oh shh. Oh my God, scared the hell out of me. Oh. Oh my God, there's crickets all over the ceiling. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh God, they're falling down. Oh sheesh, look at them. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm an adventurous person, but I don't like cramped spaces. Kind of claustrophobic. So this is kind of a overcoming some fear for me. Wow, that is so cool. And that hole, so somebody was probably digging, looking for treasure, or maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that hole's been there a long time. Maybe that's where they put some of the hidden treasure. Maybe somebody found it. Maybe they found it, got it out of there, and the hole's still there. I don't know, but those little spiders or cave crickets scared the heck out of me. Yeah, and they were all falling from the ceiling.
I think I'm earning my views on this one. Caves are not my favorite places.